And I was an entrepreneur in the 1900s. It sounds crazy. 1994, I started my first business. It was the dot-com era. Most of you weren't even born. But I started this dot-com business, and it was really successful for 10 years. And then the bubble burst, and I lost my company. I lost every dollar I had. I was in my 30s. It was not cute. I moved onto my mom's sofa, and I had no job prospects, because when you have on your resume, entrepreneur, CEO, you don't have a college education, you don't have a high school education, people don't want to hire you. So for many years, I was unemployed. I lost my business. It was emotionally excruciating. And it took me many years to crawl my way out of that. Finally, my boyfriend at the time said, why don't you just get your real estate license? And I thought, okay, why not? I have nothing else to lose. But while I was unemployed, I had plenty of time to watch HGTV. And this is how I learned about staging. On the East Coast, staging was not a thing. It was on the West Coast. In New York, there was maybe one stager, and I was incredibly lucky that I had watched The Stagers. Did anyone ever watch that show, The Stagers, on HGTV? I was like, this is amazing. I'm going to do this. So I got my real estate license. My friend was trying to sell his apartment. I said, let me sell it and let me stage it. And he's like, what's staging? I was like, you fix it up, blah, blah, blah. I saw it on TV. So I tried it. He spent a year trying to sell it FSBO, for sale by owner. It didn't work. And it was a shithole. I'm not even going to lie. This thing was tiny. It was like his dorm room stuff, mattress on the floor, fish tank. You got it. Staging wasn't a thing. I had no budget. So I went to IKEA. I built stuff. I put it together, blah, blah, blah. It was beautiful. No design background. I read a book. Anyway, it sold first open house, bidding war, all cash, totally furnished. And everyone in the building was like, hey, I'm selling my apartment. Can you sell and stage my apartment too? And that's how I started a staging business. So I started staging other people's listings. And then at Corcoran, the firm I worked, Corcoran brokers were like, what is this staging thing? Can you do our listings? And that's when I started doing luxury. And it's not easy when you're starting out with no budget to do luxury. I had to buy everything on Craigslist. Oh, wow. And IKEA. And you mix them together. And I was doing something great. So I decided luxury staging. Now that's something they pay more money, because the thing is more money, right? I was like, that's my niche. That's going to be luxury staging. And thank God, it was right place, right time. I was the first one in the industry. Very little, if no competitors, which is incredible. And I built this company. It was like, blood, sweat, and tears for many years. And now here we are, 85 employees. We're in Miami, we're in New York, and we stage all over the country. And even, where was the other place? We did Africa. Yeah, that happened. So this isn't bragging here, because, it didn't start out that way. I didn't know how to price in the beginning. In fact, nobody did, because it didn't exist in New York. So I just made it up. I was like, let me see how much I can charge. And each time I would charge a little more and a little more. And my dad always said, if they don't laugh at the number you're asking, then you didn't start high enough. And that's how I started charging. So I would go higher, higher, higher.